hope you're enjoying your weekend. A few things in the greenhouse before we go outside. I broke down and bought more lavender to replace the ones that died at the front of the sidewalk. I am going to wait and see after it rains this week if that soil still looks like it's sitting in water, and if so, I'm going to put down more soil first, but that is what the lavender in here is for. So kind of we'll see how the week goes with the rain, and we might end up planting this week as long as everything looks like it's well drained. I have some random tomatoes here that I took off when I was pruning the tomato plants outside, and I tried rooting them just to see if it would work, and it looks like they're all pretty healthy. So why don't we go ahead and divide these up? I think there are 5 plants in each container, and we can just put those in individual containers so I can give those away. I think same with these. We can put them in some red Solo cups, because I think most of these I'll just give away. That's true for this one, and then these large ones over here. The garlic was harvested Friday, so that'll be here for a couple of weeks. And the potatoes were harvested Monday. Those will be in here for a week to 10 days, I think. So we'll just keep everything else in here watered. And then let me grab my list. Oh, I do have some ají dulce peppers that I want to start. We can put these in just one of these plastic containers and put them on the heat mat. So we'll do that this week. Let me run outside and show you a couple of things. We can harvest the basil. There's basil here in this bed. I planted some basil around both of the tomato plants. So when we go to harvest, basically we just want to take off if you find a branch, like here. So look at that branch. We want to take off, leave about 2 to 3 sets of leaves. So 1, 2, 3. So I would trim the basil right above that 3rd set of leaves. And this will just help the basil branch out more, and we'll keep it from flowering. So we'll get quite a bit of basil. So we can do that this week. We can harvest this lone banana pepper. Just want to make sure that we keep watering, although this week I think it's supposed to be rainy, so we might not have to worry about it too much, which would be awesome. Let's see, husk cherries. I have found a few that have fallen down to the ground, but not a ton, but we'll just keep our eye on that. They're basically ready when the husks turn a yellow color and then they fall off. So a lot of times we just kind of collect them from the ground. Beans, they aren't producing a ton yet, but just go through here and see if there are any beans that are ready. There are a ton of beans ready in bed 10. I harvested some on Friday, but I noticed even today that there's some more ready. Also, there is 1 cucumber ready, and I really want to pick it and eat it, but I'm not going to. We'll leave it, and there's lots of other little ones starting. There's still green onions here in bed 5, and so we need to finish harvesting those before the cucumber plants get too big. We need to water bed 19, which I planted okra in this on Friday, and bed 6, which has pole beans. I also need to go through here, and this one is looking okay, but I am going to prune more on the tomatoes in bed 22. There are some cucamelons ready. I started picking some last week. If you look at like this size, it's supposed to look like kind of like the size of a grape. That's how you know it's ready. And feel free to try them. They're interesting. They're kind of seedy, and they taste like a kind of a more tart cucumber. So they're interesting. I have some growing here, some growing, I think, up that trellis at the front of bed 9, and some growing, I think there's one other place place, maybe along the back fence. So when we go to harvest, let's just make sure we're checking multiple spots. I just planted eggplant here yesterday, keeping it covered to keep out the flea beetles, hopefully. Same with this, the callaloo, I cut way back. It had really bad flea beetles. I cut it way back, sprayed it with neem oil, put diatomaceous earth down, and I'm covering it, so we'll see what happens. Look, oh, there's one of those flea beetles. And it's trying to get back in. Stay out. We'll see what happens with those. Like I said, harvest on the green beans here in bed 10. We should start checking the tomatoes, because I've noticed right there is one ready. So we will keep an eye on the tomatoes too. I'm just looking at, oh, the Egyptian onions. We need to do some work on this. So let's pick off some of these bigger, these bigger bulbs that are on the top, or bulbils, I think they're called. Pick off some of those and take them inside and plant them in red solo cups, which is what is here. The greens died back. I thought they were all dead, but now I see new sprouts coming up. So we'll try that again. We'll do more. And then we need to basically, the greens are looking pretty rough, so we'll cut most of those back and then harvest some of the bulbs from down here. So you can kind of harvest it like you would an onion, and you should only harvest a third of the bulbs that are in one plant. So we'll probably work on that this week. Let's see what else is on this. I think that's mostly it. I have a bunch of stuff here. A lot of stuff is just going to be given away. You can see I transferred a lot of stuff to solo cups to give away, but there's some zinnias left. There's a couple of Mexican sunflowers left. I'm thinking those are going to go in the rain garden. I have this Agastaki that I'm thinking is going to go in the rain garden. Some other stuff to give away. I do have lettuce here, which was donated. I was thinking I might just try to find a shadier spot to plant them in, just to see what happens. I mean, usually lettuce does not do well in the heat of the summer, so it'll be an experiment and we'll see what happens. I think that's about it. I should be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I possibly have a load of compost coming. If so, I want to top dress everything with compost, which is going to be trickier the bigger the plants get, but we'll just kind of see what we can get done with that. And I think that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions if you're here this week, and as always, I appreciate your help. Thanks. Bye-bye.